Good afternoon, this is Jacob with Sutherland Chevrolet in Nicholasville, Kentucky, and I'm here today to show you some Equinoxes. They're very similar vehicles. They're both white. Wheels are a little different, but the insides are pretty different, so I kind of want to show you around them here. I will walk around the outside just so you can get an idea. So this one's got the chrome grille, the chrome and black kind of two-tone wheel look, and then it's got the chrome rails on the top as well. Needs a bath there. You can see the rain that's falling off of the back of it there. Now this one is a Premier, so it's going to have a lot of features on it. Of course, unlock and lock from the keys. Man, it's not focusing there at all, is it? And then you've got this. You can double tap it. It'll open up that back hatch there for us. And then you can tap it twice again, and it'll close that back hatch. And then of course you've got remote start as well. Now to use that, you have to lock the vehicle twice, and then you hold that button and it'll start up there. So very nice to have during the winter or the fall. You know, you can leave the heat on in the vehicle or the heated seats, and you know, just start it up and have that there. So as we open the door, you got pretty normal door functions here. So you've got lock and unlock. Of course, it's power when mirror controls, window locks, so people can't mess with the windows. Your power window controls here, and then you've got seat, like savable seat settings. So if there's another driver, you can set the seat to a certain position and save that. You also, this is like the get out of jail setting. So what you can do is set it so that that's like the furthest back and lowest as far as the seat goes, just to kind of help you get in and out a little easier. And then this adjustment right here is for the back hatch. Right now it's set at max, so when you open that up, and you can also open it up, I showed you on the key fob, you can hit this little button here, that'll open it as well. When it's set to max, it will go all the way up, and then there's a 3/4 option on there, which is just taking it down like that. And so if you're in a garage or something, you'll want to set it to that 3/4. That way it doesn't hit the ceiling or anything. So and then you've also, when you're back here, you've got a little button right there to press that to release it. So very good. Excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cold going on. I'm going to hop in here and kind of show you some other things. So this one does have, and I'll open up that door again, it does have the Bose upgraded audio system. And I'm going to go left to right here, kind of show you things as I see them. So you've got lighting controls here, and then your fog lights are right there. And then you've got controls here for lights as well. And then controls over on the right side behind the steering wheel for your wipers. This is your, see, so it's running right now, but I've got to get in and hit this little button here, and that will actually have it to where it's ready to go. Oh, there goes the radio. So, sorry, I'm playing with the stereo there. So you've got your cluster here. There's this little information center in the middle. You can control that all from right here with your thumb, so it can show you stuff like trip information, which is nice. And then you've got fuel information there, so it estimates a fuel range in instant miles per gallon. It'll show you your oil life. Once that gets down to around 20 to 15% is generally when I recommend scheduling your oil change and going ahead and getting that taken care of. Just tire pressure, that's some different information there. Average speed, of course, is going to be very low because it's just being driven around a parking lot right now. And then you can see it's only got 8 miles on it. There's a timer, so you can race yourself. And then most people leave it at this, where it kind of just shows the speed that they're driving. That way they can look at it at a quick glance without having to read the speedometer. I'm having trouble talking. You can also answer and hang up calls here if you have phone connected via Bluetooth or via Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. These things have a lot of features, so there's kind of a lot to go over. This is for lane keep assist, which is a feature that this vehicle has on it. So when it's lit up like that, it's on, but of course you can turn it off as well. This is for the heated steering wheel. And then these are all your controls for can't even think of it. Cruise control. In the middle here, this is for your collision alert. So it's going to give you this gap adjust. Basically, you can set that to different settings. See how the bars are going lower if you don't want it to alarm you when you're getting too close to a vehicle. So at this highest setting, it's going to alarm you if you're closer to traffic that's in front of you. But anyways, I just want to show you that stuff. Of course, it's push to start, which you may have seen me push there. And then here in the center, you've got your large display. This is a 2019 vehicle, so this system has been updated a little bit and is a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to use. Of course, you can connect your phone via Bluetooth and play audio and audio books and all kinds of stuff like that. It can read your text messages for you and reply to those, and so it's very good. They have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is another way to stay connected. You do have to have your phone physically connected for those, but it can use a lot of apps off your phone. So it does have built-in navigation, this one here. But if you prefer the navigation off your phone, you can have that connected via Bluetooth and it'll shoot that up onto the screen here. So there's a lot of different options and things they can do. This one does also have like user profiles built in, which is a pretty cool feature for the 19s. And is something that, let's say you were to travel and you were to rent an Equinox that was a 19 or another Chevrolet vehicle. Well, with this whole profile system, you can have an account where all your settings are saved. So how you like the vehicle to respond to you when driving and all of those things. And so when you go to another newer vehicle that has that user's feature, you can actually hop into that, enter in your profile information, and then boom, all your settings are moved over onto that vehicle. So it's a pretty cool thing for them to add that I'm very excited about. But yeah, of course there's OnStar in this vehicle, and Wi-Fi that's through OnStar. That is something you have to pay them for. They give you a month free trial initially. They ask you to put a credit card on file, and if you do that, they'll give you another 2 months for free. After that, they start charging you for it. And then as far as camera, I can show you that too. So when you put the phone, the car in reverse, it'll pull this up automatically. In this vehicle specifically, you have the bird's eye view, which is kind of showing you the top down of a vehicle, which is very nice for parking. And then you can see this version of it with the lights. Now with the lines. Now when I turn the steering wheel, you see how it moves with me to kind of guide me where I'm going. So it's very neat. And you have a bunch of different ways to see things. This vehicle specifically has a camera in the front and the back, and then 2 under the side mirrors. So there's a lot of different ways you can look at things around the vehicle, so to help you kind of line it up perfectly. So very cool. And then underneath that are your heating and air controls. So this does have dual climate zones. So if the passenger wants air blowing at them that's a different temperature than yours, you can do that. You basically set a target temperature. I have it set on high, which I probably need to turn it down from because it's pretty warm, and set it down to something more comfortable like 71. And then those can be synchronized as well. So you see how that's still blowing high. I hit the sync button, boom, they match. So then you've got heated seats here. So when it's lit up 3, that's its max setting, and then it goes down from there until it's off. And then same thing with the air conditioned seats as well. So, and then it's off again. Most of that's pretty standard, but I want to show you that. Here you've got other ways to stay connected. So there's your USB, your auxiliary, and then USB Type-C, the newest connector. And then you've got your all-wheel drive control there, of course your shifter, and then your parking brake. So it's an electronic parking brake. So what you do is you pull up on it, and then you'll see there that it's set park, a little red, and then just how you would normally release a physical parking brake, or I guess a non-electronic one. I'm trying to show you this at the same time. So I've got my foot on the brake, and you just press it down just like you would with a crank one, and there it goes, parking brake released. So and then here, you got your console, a bunch of different places to put stuff, and then 2 USB ports there. And then over on the passenger side, you've got your glove compartment and your manuals. So I'm going to hop in the back and show you that as well. So you've got compartments here behind the seats to stick maps or anything else, and You've also got heated seats back here, and then which are right there, and then USB ports to stay connected and charged there, and then your back air. So you've got leather seats back here, of course, as well as up front, and then there are your cup holders there in the middle, as well as armrest. And so these seats here have these little buttons here to fold them down, and so I can show you how much space the back has as well. I'm going to go ahead and open up that hatch. So it's got a ton of space to maneuver things, whether it's groceries or cleaning supplies. You say you clean as well, so plenty of stuff to get your things moved around. And then you've got storage underneath here that you could hide goodies or expensive items, and then underneath this is your spare. Excuse me, I need to cough. I apologize about that. So I'm going to shut all these doors and take you to the next vehicle. I'm going to make sure I don't lock myself in. Oh, that would be bad. So this is an LT Equinox. The other one was a Premier. And as you'll see from the outside, they almost look identical, other than for those rails at the top. This one needs a bath as well. The major thing that you'll see as far as the difference between them is on the mirrors. This is body colored, where it's chrome on the other one, and then the handles are chrome on the Premier, and then they're white on the LT. So they match the body color. But in here, this one's got cloth seats, still power driver seat. You're still going to have power locks and unlocks, power mirrors, power windows, power window lock. As I get in here, there are your lighting controls. You don't have controls for the I can't think of what it's called now, the fog lights. And then this one is an 18. So as you'll see here, it still has the display in the middle as far as different information. It's just not colored like the last one was. So it'll still show you trip information, fuel range, average vehicle speed, just 35 miles an hour. Now this one was a demo. So that means that it was driven by an employee or someone else. And that's why it's got the 39,000 miles. I mean, 3,900 miles on it, not 39,000, 3,900. And but that's why it's got the 3,900 on it. And because of that, you do get a discount from Chevrolet, a pretty significant discount there. And then, of course, you've still got controls here to adjust all that information. And then your cruise control on this side. This one does not have the heated steering wheel or the lane keep assist or I can't think of it, like the collision alert, the front collision alert, forward collision alert. That's what they call it. And then here, this is like the old style or older style of screen, so last year's version of it. It still has a lot of the same functionality. It's still going to have AM, FM, XM, all that good stuff. You're still going to be able to connect your phone. You're still going to be able to use the screen projection as far as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto goes. So all that functionality is still there. This one does not have the dual climate control zones, so it's more standard where you kind of select a temperature here, and then it blows that temperature. So. And then you've got your air conditioning controls that are standard there. You've got one USB and an auxiliary there, and then your circular outlet. And then as we move down here, you've still got your all-wheel drive control there and your parking brake here. And then there's your little area there. As you can see, it's missing the USBs that the other one has. And then your glove compartment. So I'm gonna hop on over to the middle row and show you that as well. Man, that seat is laid far back, isn't it? Someone was reclining and having a good old time, probably taking a nap out here. There we go. Now you can actually see it. So it's got back air, but it's not going to have heated seats back here. These still operate the same as far as the button on the corner and fold down. And then this is just going to be a manual back hatch. So you got to open and close it physically on this one. I just kind of wanted to show you that and show you different options as far as they go. I will try and give you some information as well on both the Trax and the Traverse, just to kind of give you some options. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching the whole video if you've watched up until now. I know it's a little long and crowded with information, but I want to give you as much as I can. Thank you, and talk to you soon, Angela. Have a good one.